Good morning, mon petit, and welcome back to my channel. I have just been getting myself ready for the day and test driving a new lip product. I feel like it has been the longest time since I tried a new lip product, and it feels pretty exciting to have something new to test drive and to try out. It's from a brand I have actually never shopped at before, never tried before, but I've been meaning to. It's been on my radar for the longest time. I feel like all the girls on Instagram, on TikTok, here on YouTube rave about Chantecaille. Apparently they do the most amazing skincare products, amazing beauty products, and they actually so kindly got in touch and asked if I wanted to try their new lip creams. Now these are, I believe, a brand new product, their first fully recyclable lipstick, and they're actually a charitable collaboration with Elephant Wildlife. I'll leave them linked down below, but look at the packaging. I don't know if you're actually going to be able to see it, but it just has the most incredible illustration of an elephant with a tree behind it. It is so beautiful. So we have two shades here. We first of all have Rose Myrtle, which is a little bit of a darker nude. It was a little bit more mauvey than I was expecting, but I feel like that would be so beautiful for more of like an evening look. And the one that I have on today is Plumeria, which I kind of love that name, Plumeria. That just sounds so beautiful, and it is just the perfect your lips but better, barely there kind of a nude, which I absolutely adore. And honestly, it's been the longest time since I actually wore a traditional classic lipstick. I feel like I've been so obsessed recently with lip oils, lip balms, those really like glossy, really juicy kind of lip products, and it feels really nice just to have a classic, not quite matte, but not necessarily glossy lip product on. I am kind of loving it. I feel like it works so well with my dress. I am wearing colour today, guys, and I am so excited because I have a very exciting day today. I don't know if you can see, my suitcase is out and packed, ready to go, because we are actually staying overnight in London tonight. When I say we, Alex is coming with me, which always excites me so much. I love bringing him along for little London visits. We have a little hotel stay booked overnight at Apex Temple Court, which is a brand new hotel in London, so central. It looks so beautiful, and we have an incredible weekend ahead of us. We are actually going to the theatre tonight. If you don't know, I'm actually quite a musical theatre buff. I love musical theatre. I love seeing West End shows. I love seeing them when they're touring. How many West End shows have I seen now? I don't even know if I could count. Probably at least a dozen. I am a little bit of a musical theatre geek, not necessarily performance-wise. Like, I was never a musical theatre kid in that sense, but I just love going to watch musicals, going to the West End, and just spending a little bit of time in London. So we're heading into London to see the new Hercules musical, which I feel like this dress is actually a little bit fitting for. It's a little bit Grecian in style, which I didn't even do that deliberately, but now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like I've got a very apt outfit for tonight. But we've got afternoon tea booked at our hotel, champagne afternoon tea on the terrace, and then an evening at the theatre. And honestly, I cannot think of anything better. So it's going to be a really lovely weekend in London. The sun is shining. It's a good 26, 27 degrees, and honestly, London in the sunshine, nothing beats it. I feel like London, for me, 2 times in the year that I absolutely adore visiting London: summer and winter. In the height of summer, it is just so beautiful. You can see everyone, you know, just like loving life, going out, enjoying London. And then in winter at Christmas, with all of the lights, all of the glistening magic, they're my 2 favorite times of years to go and visit London. So anyway, I need to stop rabbiting on and get myself ready to go. It's going to be such a lovely weekend. I am so looking forward to it. Let's ignore my suitcase on the floor, still opened, needing to be zipped up and ready to go. But I thought I would show you the full outfit, seeing as though this is such a monumentous moment that Ellie is wearing colour. But I have to say, when it comes to colours, I feel like blue is almost one of the most neutral colours that you can have. I just think it works so beautifully in a predominantly neutral wardrobe, and this dress I could not be more in love with. You would have seen this dress if you saw my recent Fabrique haul. It's from Fabrique, and I think I still have a discount code for this, so I'll leave that linked down below if you do want to shop it, because this is just the most beautiful, stunning, timeless and classic summer dress that I think I could have ever laid my eyes on. I love the fact that it's got the long sleeves, that it's quite like buttoned up. It's a very modest dress, and especially on a day like today when I'm going to be out in the sunshine a lot, out in London a lot. You guys know me, I burn so easily, so if I can get something that's really nice and lightweight, lovely and covered, that is literally my ideal summer dress. I just love the fact that it's like really cinched in beautifully at the waist with this gorgeous tiered detail to the skirt and the organza sleeves. Oh my goodness me, this is just one of those dresses I think is a cut above the rest. It is not like anything else that I have in my wardrobe, and I love the fact that I am wearing colour and the fact that it's a little bit Grecian, very on theme to go and see Hercules today. So I've just got my favourite slingbacks on, which are literally my London shoes at this point. They're so comfortable and easy to walk around London in. I absolutely love it, and I love the fact that the little black cap toe matches with the handbag we're going with the Mulberry today, which carries everything that I need. Such a perfect London bag. I can obviously zip it up and keep everything really nice and safe. So that is the outfit for today for a lovely summer's day in London. I am so looking forward to this weekend. It's just going to be such a lovely different way of experiencing London. Most of the time when I come into London, it's for work, it's for meetings, so it's quite nice to come in and have a little bit of a play day instead. So full colourful summer's outfit of the day. Goodness me, I am so looking forward to today. So we have just arrived to our hotel now, and oh my goodness me, we need to do a tour because I think this might just be the best hotel room I have ever stayed in London. So if you are coming to Apex Temple Court, request to be in the historical part of the building because the rooms, as you can see, are absolutely spectacular. Let's start with our bedroom, which is a completely separate room from the rest of, I'm gonna call this an apartment actually rather than a hotel room because it is just absolutely incredible. I'm obsessed with this fireplace. I mean, look at the wooden surround. This is gorgeous. I absolutely love the green marble as well. The bed is absolutely huge. I cannot wait to jump into that tonight. We've got a little makeup station, which I always really appreciate. Lots of mirrors to be able to get ready in, to show you my outfits in. Absolutely in love with that. Oh, look at this mirror down here. That is so, so cute. And then we have our living room over here, which I think Alex is just exploring around. How incredible is this, my love? I love the green sofa as well. So this is our little living room, which is so sweet. This literally, I feel like we could stay here for like a week here in London.
Oh, yeah, it's certainly, they've certainly designed it that way, haven't they?
It's beautiful. It literally is. I love the kind of gallery wall as well. So gorgeous little living space. We've got the bar here, which is included in our room as well, which I love. Lots of Diet Cokes, lemonades. Oh my gosh, this is so, so lovely. You know I'm going to be tucking into those biscuits later. And I'm obsessed with the flowers as well. These hydrangeas are stunning. Oh my gosh, they're real. I did not realise that they were real. I genuinely thought they were going to be faux flowers. Beautiful. I love the kind of Art Deco vibe mixed with the traditional as well. And then I think this might just be my favourite part of the hotel room, the apartment. We head down and we have a stained glass window, which is absolutely incredible. I don't think I've ever had a hotel room where you have to go down the stairs for your bathroom, but the bathroom, oh my goodness me, I gasped when we first saw it, audibly gasped. This bathtub looks absolutely incredible. I think we're going to need to expand our stay here because I don't think I'm going to be able to appreciate this enough. And again, a lovely big mirror. Oh my goodness me, what an incredible hotel room. I feel like we're going to need to cancel the theatre. We're going to need to cancel our afternoon tea. I just want to spend the rest of our time here in the room. This is absolutely incredible, my goodness me. So we are heading straight down to the terrace here at the hotel for an afternoon picnic. We've got a champagne lantern afternoon picnic, which I am so excited about. I've had this live music. It's the most beautiful terrace. I've already peeked my eye in and it looks stunning. We are absolutely starving, I'm not gonna lie, so we're gonna head straight down. So it's a little bit late now. Oh my goodness me, that champagne picnic was to die for. We ended up having the most incredible food. I wasn't expecting it to be that exquisite, that amazing cuisine. We had bao buns, we had octopus, we had avocado and beetroot and arancini balls. And let's just say that the Lanson champagne went down a treat, but we have just freshened ourselves up ready for the theatre tonight, which I am so excited about. I always think it's just so nice to get a little bit more dressed up. You don't need to go all out, but a little bit more dressy. So I've just got a gorgeous little waistcoat on. This is from Petite Studio and it's just one of my absolute favorites. I'm just wearing it with a slip skirt and I've just updated my jewelry just to make it a little bit more evening appropriate. So I've got the most beautiful vintage inspired watch on from Lola Rose, gorgeous little pearl bracelet from Pandora, and my favorite pearl earrings from H&M. So we're gonna get going to Hercules. I am so excited to see the stage production, so let's go. Arrived! Oh my goodness me, I am so excited. I'm obsessed with the signs that they've got telling you to keep your phones off. Hades is watching you, and then this one over here says, keep the tech in your toga. Oh my goodness me, I am so excited. Well, good morning, Mon Petit. It is the next day now, and we have just ordered breakfast to the hotel room, which was one of my favorite things to do. I feel like we don't do it very often, but when I do, it always feels like such a treat. So we've gone for some pastries, which I cannot wait to dive straight into. I've gone for some fruit yogurt, a selection of fruits, and some cornflakes as well, just because I was feeling it. We've got a pot of English breakfast tea brewing, and I think we can all agree that this honestly just looks like the best breakfast ever. I cannot wait to tuck it. So we are back home now after the most incredible weekend in London. I cannot tell you how magical London feels in the summertime when the sun is shining, everyone's out and about just enjoying the weather. It is such a beautiful city and just has such a sparkle to it in the sunshine. I honestly cannot tell you what a beautiful weekend we had. I didn't really vlog much yesterday. It's Monday morning now and I barely picked up the vlogging camera on Sunday other than to show you our breakfast, which was 10 out of 10 by the way. Breakfast in bed, there is something so magical about that, and the pastries were freshly baked. They were absolutely delicious, and I always love having fresh fruit, fresh yogurt in the morning. So we basically just finished up our breakfast and then had a lovely wander around London and just soaked up the atmosphere. I will leave actually the hotel link down below. Apex Temple Court is such an amazing hotel in such a good location that it was really lovely to be able to just have a little explore. We popped Covent Garden and just had a little walk around there, which was so lovely, and being able to be so close to the West End shows, which, speaking of, Hercules was incredible. Such an amazing new show, slightly different to the Disney film, which I quite liked. I feel like they did a couple of different adaptations that worked so well for the West End. The cast were incredible. Their voices, they just had the most powerful, incredible voices, and the muses, oh my goodness me, they are 5 of the most incredible women that I have ever seen on stage. They looked beautiful, their voices were like angels, and I need to have a word with the costume designer because oh my goodness me, I want those dresses. I literally want the dresses that they kept coming out with, and they had so many outfit changes. I literally lost count of how many dresses that they wore throughout the show, but every single one that came out I was like, oh, that's my favorite. No, wait, that's my favorite. No, that's my favorite. They were so beautiful, and the kind of dresses that I feel like you could actually still just get away with wearing some of these for like everyday life or more kind of like special occasions. They were absolutely beautiful, so couldn't recommend it any more highly. And it felt so lovely to be in London and spend time there at a bit of a slower pace. I feel like every time that I'm coming into London, it's obviously for work, it's for events, it's for meetings. It's so lovely instead of work to be there for play and just have the most incredible weekend. But I was spending a little bit of time as we were on the train home trying to be a bit productive. I was going through a lot of my DMs because sometimes I can fall behind a little bit on replying to DMs. I find them one of the hardest things to keep on top of because they go into a separate folder. They go into a like requests folder and I kind of forget that they're there. So I thought I would spend a little bit of time yesterday going through some DMs, replying and chatting with you guys, which always just feels so lovely. And I had someone ask me actually about my favorite summer perfumes, and I thought, you know what, we have not done like a perfume collection in the longest time, so I thought I would show you some of my favorite perfumes for summer. I literally have them all sitting beside me here. First of all, this was the perfume that I was wearing yesterday and have basically been wearing all week. This is the newest collection from Jo Malone. This is Raspberry Ripple. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard the name of this scent, I was a little bit skeptical. I thought, that sounds a little bit too sweet, that sounds a little bit too sickly, and it wasn't until I actually smelt this. And one thing I do find with Jo Malone, I feel like some of their perfumes in kind of like recent releases have had names that don't necessarily match the perfume perfectly. I feel like it's more of like a marketing technique, which I don't mean that in a bad way, but this doesn't to me seem like a Raspberry Ripple. To me, a Raspberry Ripple is like the sweetest, sickliest ice cream. This is actually such a gorgeous scent. It is absolutely delicious, and it does have a real richness to it, which I absolutely adore. It has that fruitiness, it has that lightness to it. It's such a gorgeous summer perfume. This is actually a limited edition bottle. It does have a bow on it, but I tend to take the bow off because it just makes it a little bit easier to pop open. But I'm gonna spray myself with this now because this is just my current favorite at the moment, and definitely one to check out if you are on the market for a new summer fragrance. You're probably going to notice a little bit of a theme with my summer perfumes. I really love a little bit of fruitiness, sometimes a little bit of floral, and just a lovely, fresh yet sexy fragrance. The next one I wanted to show you is Molten Brown. This was actually a release back in May of this year, potentially. It came out kind of springtime, and I instantly fell in love with this. This is Bluebell and Wild Strawberry, and it is such a gorgeous floral and fruity fragrance, but again, it has like a real richness, a real sexiness to it. I feel like Molten Brown do a really good job of making their fragrances very universal, very unisex. Like, I don't feel like this is necessarily just a female only fragrance. I feel like guys could wear this and smell absolutely amazing. It doesn't necessarily feel really like feminine and floral in that sense, but I also find with Molten Brown perfumes, they're actually some of the perfumes that last the longest on me. I always get compliments whenever I wear a Molten Brown because I feel like it just works really well with my skin oils, works really well with like whatever is going on in there. It just stays put on me, whereas I do find a lot of Jo Malone perfumes, I do have to spritz myself a couple of times a day and give myself a few little top ups, whereas the Molten Browns, I don't find myself having to top up. I really love spraying this on like coats and fabrics as well because I feel like it lasts a really long time. So this is one, again, I have been absolutely loving for the summer. It has a little bit more richness to it, and I would say it's a little bit more mature than the Jo Malone one, but still with that freshness, still with that fruitiness and that little floral aspect. Those are my favorite kinds of perfumes in summer. I then have two fragrances from Jo Loves. Now, if you don't know, Jo Loves is Jo Malone CBE. I actually went to an event up the Shard with Jo Loves, goodness me, when was it? Last year it must have been. Maybe like October of last year, potentially. A long time ago now, and I got to meet Jo Malone herself, and she is a powerhouse of a woman, absolutely incredible. I feel like nobody has a nose quite like Jo Malone. But one thing that she told us that I honestly found so fascinating is that when she sold Jo Malone the brand, she also sold the name Jo Malone. So legally, she is not allowed to be referred to as Jo Malone. She has to use Jo or Jo Malone CBE because that is her official name and her official title. But anything to do with like the branding of Jo Malone, she's literally not allowed to use, she's not allowed to talk about. And I just find that so insane that you sold off your name. Like, she said it was such a weird identity crisis that she had because she physically cannot use her own name, which I can't even imagine going through that. But she started Jo Loves a couple of years ago, or maybe a few years ago now, I don't know how long it's actually been going for, but she has created the most incredible fragrances. Very traditional Jo Malone, very kind of like OG in their kind of like undernotes, but with so many gorgeous new fragrances coming out. So I've got 2 here, which I absolutely adore. As you can see, this one I am almost about 3/4 of the way through, and these are basically almost like 2 sister fragrances, and that is one thing that I feel like Jo herself does so well. It's being able to layer fragrances and add them on top of each other. So these kind of feel like the little sister and the big sister. So we've got Rose Petal 25 and we've got Rosé and Dates, and as the name would suggest, they are very beautiful rose scented fragrances, but I don't find them rosy in the sense of like a powdery fragrance. I have smelled some rose fragrances in the past, and I'm not gonna lie, I would never have gravitated towards these if I hadn't actually smelt them. I used to kind of steer quite clear of rose fragrances because I always found them a little bit grandma's curtains, you know what I mean? Whereas these are just the most beautiful, almost instead of the rose petal, they remind me of like the rose flower as a whole. You've got that freshness, that almost like leafiness to it, as well as the beautiful floral fragrance. So these I absolutely adore. I like to do Rose Petal for more of a daytime, and then Rosé and Dates for more of an evening. They're great to take on holiday as well because they are so tiny. The fact that you can layer them up, I just absolutely love that. Going back to Jo Malone, another one that I absolutely adore, which almost feels like a little bit of an evolution of a very classic fragrance. English Pear and Freesia is one that I have worn and loved for years, but maybe 2 years ago they released English Pear and Sweet Pea, and this feels like the summer alternative to this. It almost feels like this is for June, July, August, and then once we hit September, I then almost like evolve my fragrance into the English Pear and Freesia. So English Pear and Sweet Pea just has much more of like a lightness and a freshness to it. You guys know that I grow my own sweet peas in the garden, and they are my favorite flowers. They are cut and come again flowers, and I cannot tell you how many bouquets I've actually brought into the house this summer. I'd say probably at least 2 dozen. Almost daily I'm bringing in little bouquets of flowers, and they smell so incredible. Sweet peas are some of the most fragrant flowers that I have in my garden, so I absolutely adore them. But that English Pear again gives that fruitiness and almost that kind of richness to the scent. So I love this one for like the height of summer, and then I kind of move into English Pear and Freesia, which just feels a little bit more transitional and a little bit more appropriate for autumn. And then lastly, one that I've had in my collection for quite a while now, and one that I feel like is a very special fragrance. This is YSL Libre, and this to me is Summer Holiday Evenings. You know when you're on holiday and you just want to smell incredible? I find it so fascinating how much we actually associate scent with memory. I don't know about you, but the second I smell something, I'll be able to remember where I wore it, or if it was like a particular perfume that I brought on holiday, it will remind me of that holiday. And YSL Libre just always reminds me of summer evenings, date nights, really special evening dinners, fancy occasions. This is one of my favorite scents to wear when I just want to feel uber sexy in my fragrance. It is just such a gorgeous, rich, sexy, deep fragrance. That is my only way to describe this. This is for me when I want to almost like add that level of confidence to my outfit. This fragrance finishes off any outfit and just literally elevates my mood, elevates my vibe, and elevates my look. So I absolutely adore this. More of a kind of like evening scent in the summertime. I will never not love YSL Libre. I really don't think I realized before today what a theme I have with a lot of my fragrances. I'm looking at them now, and almost every single one of them is either fruity, floral, a little bit fresh, with a little bit of sexiness, a little bit of like oudiness or mustiness added in there. Muskiness? Definitely not mustiness. But I absolutely adore these fragrances for the summer, and just thought I would give you a little bit of an updated fragrance collection, perfume collection, seeing as though I had someone asking recently which ones I would recommend. Hopefully that will help you out with regards to looking for a new summer fragrance, and ones that can take you through the end of summer into autumn. It is quite a while later now. I literally have not picked up the camera at all today. I'm so sorry, but it's been such a heavy admin, laptop, catching up with work kind of a day, which Mondays for me usually are, but it's quite a while later now, and I've had a rather exciting new delivery arrive, and I wanted to show you guys because I have never actually tried this brand before, and I thought we could maybe even do a little taste test together. This has been very kindly sent over from True Fruit, which, looking at what this actually is, I cannot believe I have not tried these, because these sound right up my street. They are basically frozen bags of chocolate covered fruit. Does that not sound like the perfect little evening treat after dinner? I don't know about you, but I always sit down after dinner. I don't know about you, but I always sit down after dinner and just want a little cup of tea and a little something, you know, just like a little sweet treat. I often go for like chocolate covered rice cakes or just like a little chocolate caramel or something like that. But these, I feel like, may just become my new favorite thing. So first of all, we have here blueberries, frozen fresh in white and dark chocolate. Sounds absolutely incredible. We then have chocolate covered strawberries, which I think might just be my favorite because chocolate covered strawberries are always my favorites. So these are frozen fresh in white and milk chocolate. And then we have raspberries, which I think Alex may just prefer these. He loves frozen raspberries. These again are in white and dark chocolate. So should we do a little taste test of the strawberries, because I think these are going to be my new favorite ones. It does say to kind of like take them out the freezer and leave them for about 15 minutes. I'm guessing and so you don't break a tooth. It's so that they're not too frozen when you first try them. Oh my gosh, they are huge. Okay, the tiniest one. How cute is that? Literally just a chocolate covered strawberry. It basically almost like saves you all of the legwork. Oh my goodness me. That is incredible. I've got to go in for a second. That is so good. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Can you see? It's literally a frozen strawberry with a layer of white chocolate and a layer of milk chocolate. Oh, this might be a dangerous new addiction. I kind of want to try the blueberry as well. Oh, honestly, that smell when you open the packet, that is such an incredible scent. Okay, that is a close second to the strawberry. A little bit less sweet, but still just as addictive. Well, it is safe to say I am obsessed. I think I may have just found my new favorite sweet treat snack. I might have to place a little order, or quite a big order, on True Fruit, because I think it is safe to say that those 3 bags are not going to last very long in the freezer. They are incredible, and I know the second that Alex gets a little taste test, it's literally going to be gone in one sitting. So I think I might have to place quite the order on True Fruit. That is quite dangerous, but so delicious. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this vlog here. I really hope you guys enjoyed coming into London with us. A little bit of a perfume collection, perfume favorites, a kind of a video, and just spending a little bit of time together. It's so lovely, the weather that we've been having recently. It feels like summer has made its return, and I, as I knew I would, I've officially had my head swayed. I'm back into the summer content, I'm back into the summer styling, and I am loving it. So if you got to the end of this video, comment either a strawberry, a blueberry, or a raspberry emoji down below so I know that you got to the end, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.